This is a recording of a live Zoom yoga class for sciatica. I've had a lot of requests for this, as you'll hear me say in the class itself. If you enjoy this class, if you find it useful, please do come and join us over at happyyoga.wales. You can join the Zoom classes live, or you can watch in the video vault on demand whenever you like. It's just £10 a month, and I would love to see you over there. So I hope this helps. Highly requested yoga for sciatica. So if you don't have sciatica, then this is still going to be a really useful practice for you if you sit down, or if you get, well, for anybody really. So it's going to be focused on lengthening the hamstrings. Most of us have tight hamstrings. Strengthening the glutes. Most of us have weak glutes. And realigning the spine. Most of us have wonky spines. So we're going to start lying down. It's going to be very, very gentle. If you do have some kind of strap or a belt, will do just fine as well. Then that will be useful today as well. You don't necessarily need it, but it will be handy. So with sciatica, the other thing we want to do is support the nervous system to help us to relax. So a lot of the time when we're in pain, obviously we tense up and our nervous system then responds to that, and it's kind of a vicious cycle, isn't it? So we want to encourage relaxation as much as possible. I know that can be difficult. So come and lie down and bring the feet to the ground. Take the feet out a little bit wider than the hips, and then let the knees come together. This is our constructive rest pose. Just shuffle the shoulder blades underneath you, let the collarbones be nice and broad, and then bring your hands onto the belly here and the chest. So my knees are coming towards each other here. So hopefully this feels comfortable in your back if you're suffering with sciatica right now. And you can just adjust the feet slightly here, taking them a little wider, a little narrower, maybe moving the knees to find a place that feels good for you. So just connect into the breath here, taking some big inhales and exhale with a sigh and a smile. Just taking a moment to settle into our space, take a little scan of the body, notice any tension you might be holding on to. So releasing tension through the face, the neck, the jaw. And then all the way down through the chest and the belly, relaxing, softening through the low back, the hips, and the legs. Just taking a few more breaths here. So there's different types of sciatica, or different reasons for sciatica. It could be a pinched nerve caused by a herniated disc in the back. It could also be to do with the piriformis, which is a deep muscle in the glutes, and that can get inflamed when we sit down a lot, and that again can rub on the nerve. So we're going to work with both of those possibilities today. So hopefully this will feel helpful to all of you. Let's take one more big breath here. So inhale through the nose, let the belly expand. And then exhale with a sigh and a smile, let it go. Okay, so from here we're going to take the right leg up towards the ceiling, and if you've got your strap, this is where we're going to put it around the foot. So I'm just going to draw that right knee in towards my chest and then pop the strap underneath the sole of the foot and take the foot up. So absolutely fine for there to be a bend in the knee here. We're looking for a stretch in the hamstrings, so that's the muscles at the back of the thigh. And maybe your legs go a little bit straighter, maybe they're further away from you. Again, that's absolutely fine. So your foot might be further away from the face, it might be closer. So we really don't want to force ourselves into any positions. We want to move very, very gently when we're working with sciatica. Deep stretching, even though it might feel like it's a release, it can actually aggravate the situation even more. So just softening into this pose here, and holding onto the strap means that you can really relax and just let the weight of the leg soften and relax into the strap. So we're just going to hold this for about another 5 to 10 breaths. Breathing in and out the nose if you can.
And then just go ahead and release that. So bring the knee down and then unhook that strap. Bring the foot back down, and we'll just take the same thing on the other side. So nice and simple today. So again, wrapping that strap around the foot. It can also go behind the shin if that's easy, or the calf even if that's easier. So again, just relaxing here, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. And breathe in deeply. And with every exhale, maybe just visualize a little bit of that tension releasing. Feel the hips sinking down a little bit deeper into the ground. And then let's go ahead and bend the knee, release the strap. And then we'll come into a reclined pigeon pose here, or half pigeon pose. So we're going to take the right ankle and just cross it over the left knee. So the right knee is going out away from the face and away from the centre of the body. And you might stay here, that might feel like enough. If you want to go a little bit more, you could either hold onto the back of the thigh with the hands, or you can use your strap again here. So you can wrap it behind that left thigh, and then so it's just where everything's black so you can't see. So that's just below the knee, right at the bottom of the thigh there. And just using the hands to gently draw that in. So this just means you can relax a little bit more through the upper body. You don't have to draw that knee in quite as close. And then feeling the stretch here through the outside of that right hip and into this piriformis muscle. So this is kind of right in the centre of the fleshy part of the glutes of the bottom. And again, we don't want to aggravate this, we don't want to overstretch it, because that can make the situation worse. So just a gentle version of the stretch here. Just taking a few more breaths. So other things that we want to avoid when we're working with sciatica are forward folds. So I love a forward fold, but if you're suffering with sciatica at the moment, then avoiding that. And then deep twists as well. So we are going to do some twisting today, but very gentle, and just be mindful of how it feels for you. So speaking of which, this is our first one. So we're going to let the left foot come back down to the ground. And I'm just going to release the strap here. And keeping the legs as they are, send the arms out wide like a T. And just moving slowly into this, we're going to let the right foot come over towards the left side of the mat. If this feels like it's too much, then you could just stay here in the centre where you are. We're not going to be in this one too long, but otherwise we're just going to so it's the outside of that left thigh is coming down to the ground, and the right foot is coming to the ground. You could, if you wanted to here, pop a cushion or a bolster underneath the left thigh so you're not twisting quite as deeply. But this gets into that piriformis muscle and the hips. Again, just breathe in here. And then let's draw the belly button in, coming back through centre. You can use the hands for support if you want to here. So lifting those legs back through centre. Just uncross the legs, bring the right foot back down to the ground. And we'll take our half pigeon on the other side. So the left ankle comes over the right thigh. Again, you can use your strap, threading it behind that right thigh. And then just holding onto the strap for a little bit of support. Your left knee is opening up here, away from the centre of your body, out to the side of the mat. And I like to keep my top foot, so the left foot in this case, flexed a little bit so the toes are Just coming back towards the shin gently, but really taking it easy here, not forcing into any shapes that don't work for us. Just taking a few more breaths, and if you don't need the strap, remember you can just hold on behind the right thigh here, interlacing the fingers maybe. And then let's release from here, bring the right foot down to the ground, coming into that twist again. If it worked on the other side, it might not necessarily work on this side. So take each side as it comes. Sciatica, as you probably know, normally just comes down one side of the body. So we're just going to take the left foot over towards the right this time, spread the arms out wide for a little bit of support. And you're just coming down as far as is comfortable. So again, you could just grab a bolster or something, sliding it underneath that right thigh so that you don't have to twist quite as deeply. So just doing what feels right for you here. And just keep coming back to that breath every time that we're softening with the exhale. And then using the hands for support, we'll bring the legs back through centre and crossing the legs. And then from here, we're just going to roll onto the side of the body. And this is going to strengthen the piriformis muscle. So as well as stretching it, when we strengthen it or when we activate it, it can help it to relax, which is what we want it to do. So we're coming into your kind of lying on the beach pose. So you're just supporting your upper body here. So what we're going to do is bring that top knee. So this is my right leg on the top here. So I'm going to bring the right leg in towards the chest, just as much as is comfortable. And then we're going to make sure that the torso stays really, really straight here, really stable. So drawing the belly button in, we're just going to take that leg out and back, or up and back. So we're straightening through the leg, and there's just a gentle squeeze through the hips here. So we're not arching the low back, we want to keep the low back nice and straight. So again, drawing that knee in, using this hand here for as much support as you need. And then sending that leg back and up, flexing the foot, squeezing the glutes. So you should feel that this muscle is working in the bottom. So bringing the knee in, sending it up, and the toes face straight ahead. And again, I'm flexing the foot here. I'm just going to do about 4 or 5 more. And just working with your own range here. So maybe you don't need to bring the leg as high or as far back. So this is a variation of clamshell, which if you are working with sciatica, you've probably heard of that one. And let's just do one more. Oh, I can feel that one. Okay, fab. So we're just going to roll onto the other side so that we can do the other leg. I'm going to spin around. You don't need to do that, but otherwise I'll have my back to you. So coming and lying on the side. And again, using this left hand this time for a bit of support. So you're kind of leaning forward slightly or rolling forward slightly just to keep your balance here. And then bending that left knee, so your top leg is your left leg this time. And then sending it back. Again, drawing the low belly in, making sure the spine is lengthened here. So we want the spine, the lower back to be really, really long. We're not arching the back. And then just lifting that leg up, sending it back behind you slightly. So feel the activation of the glutes, so especially the piriformis here. And just moving at your own pace. And even though we're supporting the upper body here, just trying to relax as much as we can through the face, the shoulders, the neck. How many did we do on the other side? Do you remember? So again, sciatica is unilateral, it's one-sided, so you might find that this exercise is really handy on one side, doesn't really do much on the other, so that's fine. But we'll do both sides. Okay, let's do one more. I think we've done more this side. And then come on down. From here, we're just going to roll into a tabletop position. So get in there however works for you. You can bend the knees, use the hands for support a little bit here. And then come on up into your tabletop. So taking some really gentle cat-cows here. So we want to mobilise the pelvis as well. So this is something that's really good for us with sciatica. So just a little bit of movement, starting from the pelvis, just rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards. Good, and then moving with the breath here, so we exhale as we round, inhale as we extend, lifting that tailbone gently, exhale round, inhale extend, exhale round. Good, now let's do one more. And then coming into neutral, we're just going to take, so again, a little bit of strengthening here. So we're stretching and strengthening all the way, as well as mobilising. So we're just going to send the right leg back and we're just going to hold it. Before you do that, make sure everything's nice and stable. So your collarbones are broad, low belly's drawn in, feeling really strong. And then start to lift that right leg, seeing if you can do it without moving anything else. And then flex the toes down towards the floor and then just gently lift that leg up. So again, we're not arching the back here, we're just trying to activate the glutes. And at the same time, we're working the hamstrings. So stretching and strengthening the hamstrings. Take one more big breath here. And lower that leg back down with control. Same thing on the other side. So nice and strong, draw the belly in, send that leg back, flex the toes towards the floor. Your leg might not be straight here, that's absolutely fine. So we're just looking for that engagement through the glutes. So imagine you're pushing your foot back into a wall, either with the leg straight or bent, does not matter. So you should hopefully be feeling it in the glute here. I can't do it with my other hands to show you, else I'll fall over. One more big breath. And exhale, lower back down. So just a little bit of strengthening for the core. We're going to tuck the toes under, make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders. And again, collarbones nice and broad. And then draw the belly button in. We're just going to lift the knees. And we're going to do this for a count of 5. So big breath in. Draw the belly button in. Lift the knees. Squeeze everything towards the centre. So imagine those muscles squeezing in. Just a gentle squeeze for 3, 2, and 1. And relax the knees back down. Ooh. Okay, so I've got blocks here to help me get my foot in between the hands. We're going to come into a lunge. So bring your right foot in between the hands, get there however you like. And then stacking that right knee above the right ankle, push your way up into a low lunge. You can use a wall or a chair or something for support if you want to. And then draw the low belly in. And just lengthening through the front of this back hip. So you can stay here today. This might feel like enough, keeping the hands on the hips. And if you do want to increase that stretch just a little bit, then you can take the left arm up. Big breath in as you lengthen. Maybe just let that elbow bend so we're a little bit softer into the pose here. And again, we're only going as far as is comfortable. We're really not forcing, not pushing anything. And then if the arm is overhead, just release that here. We're going to switch sides, so get in there however is comfortable for you. You can bring the hands back down to the ground, or maybe you've got a chair or wall nearby and you just want to bring that front foot forwards into a high kneeling position, and then take that on the other side. So we said folding forwards might not be comfortable if you are working with sciatica, so maybe that's a better way to transition today. Okay, draw the low belly in, draw that front hip back. And again, you could stay here, holding on to something for support, or maybe take that right arm up, reach as you lengthen through the front of the hips. And then just relaxing, bending that elbow. Give me a wave. Softening the face, softening the shoulders. And then if the arm is overhead, just bringing it back down. We're going to make our way down to seated position. So get in there however you like. Again, you can hold on to a chair or something for support. You bring that knee back into a high kneeling, and then come and sit down on your shins and on your bottom. Taking the legs out in front of you, take them at least as wide as your mats, maybe a little bit wider. And we're going to do a little windscreen wiper here. So I'm just going to lean back on my hands, taking the feet out wide. And then from here, just nice and easy, taking the knees from side to side. They don't need to go all the way to the ground. So I'll just move to the side so that you can see this from a different angle. So leaning back on the hands, just letting the knees come on over. Take it nice and slow. Maybe sighing out some tension. And then next time the knees come over to the right, we're just going to pause here. So you can adjust your upper body however you like. So you might want to just bring something behind you to lean on, maybe a block or a cushion or a bolster. So you're sitting up a little taller. Maybe you can come and sit up without any support there. So again, we're getting a good stretch through the hips here, but we just want it to feel like a gentle stretch. We're not going too deep into this one. And just hold here for about another 3 or 4 breaths. And then just leaning back again on the hands, windscreen wipering over to the other side. Feels nice. And then just leaning back on the hands, or maybe you prefer to sit upright or somewhere in the middle. So wherever you are, just see if you can relax the shoulders, making sure we're creating space, not creating tension. And then come on back through centre. So again, using the hands for support, however you want to. We're just going to roll onto our bellies, just do a little Sphinx pose. So lying on your belly, bring the arms to the ground, and just taking the elbows out in front of you here And stretch the legs out long. So we really want to think about lengthening the spine, realigning the spine. And then coming up as high as is comfortable for you. So you might just be here. Maybe you're even in a little crocodile pose with the head resting in the hands. So there's no pinching in the back here at all. We're just thinking about that length out of the spine. And if it feels okay, you could bring the elbows a little closer to the body so that they're underneath the shoulders. So again, not forcing, just softening, letting the hips be heavy here. Taking about 5 breaths here. Good, last big breath. Soften the shoulders as you exhale. Make a little pillow with the hands and folding down. Just give the back a moment to settle. And then we're just going to make our way back into a little child pose from here. This is our last pose before our relaxation. So pressing your way back, taking the hips up. Bring the knees out a little bit wider than the hips, not too wide here. Big toes together, and just slowly sink the hips back towards the heels. And again, lengthening out of the back, so nice and long in the spine. Reaching the hands forwards and resting the forehead down. It can come onto a block here, or a bolster, or a cushion or something if the floor's a bit far away. And then just taking about 5 to 10 breaths here. So if the hips are lifted slightly here, that's okay. You could always pop a blanket underneath the back of the thighs for a bit of support. So you can really rest into that support wherever you are. Just taking a few more breaths, softening with every exhale. And from here, we're just going to slowly walk the hands in. And we're going to make our way into relaxation for the end of our practice today. So if you have a wall nearby, then I would encourage you to come up to the wall and bring your legs up the wall. So if you don't have a wall, then you can always pop a block or a cushion underneath the hips. So lying down, I'll show you this version. Just lifting the hips so you can slide the block underneath. And again, just moving mindfully here. Shoulder blades are underneath you, and then just bringing the knees in one at a time, nice and slowly. And then just gently starting to straighten through the legs, keeping a bend in them here as much as you need to. So we don't want to overstretch the hamstrings. And if you do have a wall nearby, then the easiest way to get into this position is to sit next to the wall sideways on. See if I can show you here. Should just about still be in the camera. So sideways onto the wall with your hip facing the wall. And then from there you lie yourself down so you're lengthways onto the wall. And just let the hips come on up. Or the feet come on up. Oh, I'm still here. Good. So just settling in, taking a moment to get there. So this legs at the wall pose is a really, really good pose for sciatica. Lots of benefits to it. We're lengthening the hamstrings, but it's also really, really relaxing for the nervous system. So staying there once you're comfortable. as we move through our relaxation. So just give yourself permission here to completely relax. Allowing your body to rest fully into the support beneath you. Let your arms be heavy, the jaw soft, and the breath gentle. Bring your attention to your feet here. Let them soften and let go of any effort in the toes and the ankles. And move your awareness up slowly through your legs, allowing them to become heavier, supported by the wall if that's where you are. More relaxed. And soften the hips, let go of any gripping. Let the back of the pelvis drop into the mat or the floor beneath you. Notice the rise and fall of your belly. Imagine the breath bringing a warm wave of ease across your lower back and down both legs. Let your shoulders drop. Allow the weight of your arms to be held by the floor. And soften the space between your eyebrows. Unclench the jaw. Let the breath be soft and natural now. No need to change anything. Imagine your whole body bathed in a gentle golden light, soothing, healing, safe. You are supported, you are safe, you are enough. And just taking a few moments here in silence, just to relax. Allowing the body to start to heal itself. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Invite some small movements into the fingers and the toes. And when you feel ready, gently return into the room. And if you're in legs up the wall pose, just bend the knees, rolling onto one side, coming out the exact same way that you went in. And then when you're ready, let's meet in a comfortable seated position and finish off with a big breath in together. Okay, take the fingertips out to the side, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Well, thank you so much for being here, as always. Let me know how this one went for you, especially if you are one of the people who's been in touch about sciatica. I'd love to know whether it's useful, if you're doing it over a period of time as well. Let me know how it goes, and see you next time on the mat.
So I hope you enjoyed that, and I really hope you found it useful. My mum has sciatica too, so I know firsthand, secondhand that would be, wouldn't it? How debilitating it can be. So please do let me know. You can pop that down in the comments. And then if you do want more classes like this, head on over to happyyoga.wales, have a look at the video vault, and if you would like to join us, it's just £10 a month. You can access over 60 classes at the moment and growing all the time, on demand whenever you like, and you can even join us live on Zoom, which is completely optional, but we'd love to have you there as well, and that is at 7:30 UK time. All right, thanks very much. I'm Paula Roberts. Bye.